There are hundreds of thousands of sewing hacks on social media, and over the past few weeks, they've infected my feed. I can't seem to scroll a few seconds without coming across so many of them, and they have insane amount of views and engagement, which makes me think that a lot of you who sew make use of them. So let me know if you use a lot of these hacks or tricks that you see on social media for your sewing project. So I've decided to test 100 of them today and see which ones actually make my projects better or easier to work on. Some of them I would say really worked, but some other ones were quite disappointing. Some are just downright dangerous, but let's see how it goes. Starting with this one, this hack promises that you can make the most flawless plates with carton paper. I struggled with it in the beginning because I didn't even know which direction in which to take the plating in, but here's the original video. It's not like this hack did not work, but it's not for me because I can still achieve this exact same thing with my hand, so absolutely not. Also, they say you can make pleats with a fork. This honestly slowed down my sewing like 1,000%. I will not be using this hack. I can just do it with my hands, you know. This one almost took me out. They said you can use a pin to make gathers if you just put it on your presser foot, and I don't know, for some reason it just kept coming to my mind that my needle would possibly break and just pop into my eyes. This hack is a no for me. So on hack number 4, we are still trying to figure out the best trick for making gathers. I just think that this is just going to gather up the thread so badly under my bobbin. This is not sounding like a good idea, but whoever came up with this clearly thought that it was going to work. I mean, it worked out for them, and it's a scam. Now they say you can make gathers by folding little pleats and pushing it forward, just as it is shown in the video here that you're seeing. But where I'm just struggling with this is it just seems to be a little bit more difficult than how I would make my gathers originally. If you're about to sew a bias tape around a curved edge, just like this, you could clip the edges of the bias tape or the fabric, the straight fabric, in order to be able to go around your way through the curve. Let's see how that works out. This is a hack that we're going to keep in the books, and I will be using a lot in a lot of my projects as well, because when you turn it over, it just gives you this nice curve. Yeah, I'm always having this issue when you kind of want to pull the fabric and the seams can easily burst through. Now, this is a hack that I confirm will be very useful in sewing projects. Yeah, this can be really frustrating a lot, especially trying to get the tippy pointy edge of the collar. It's really always that hard. Unfortunately, I could not find the clip where I tested this hack, but this was me trying to cut out the collar, and this is a hack that you could use. Okay, this makes sense. This is hands down the most annoying hack of them all, because it took me so much time to try to figure it out and eventually didn't work out. Oh, this is when you want to really get that thin spaghetti strap. This was easy to work through, but it didn't work out because I don't think that a thread, no matter how many times you put it into making a strap, I don't think it's enough to be able to turn a strap over. Yeah, this is another trick. This is one of the hacks I enjoyed doing because it was so easy and it ended up smooth and worked out perfectly. So the next hack we're going to be trying out is going to be this zipper hack, which I have already shared my so many different ways I make my zippers come out looking perfect in a previous video. I'm going to tag the video to this one, so let's try it out and see for ourselves. So I hear that we can use a hair straightener to get your teeny tiny straps straightened. Well, I really don't know why people aren't using a regular iron for it, but let's go for it. So I have my straightener here. I know it's looking dusty and crusty, but it works. Ooh. So we're just going to wait for a few minutes for it to get hot, and then we're going to try editing no go shock me. Editing this straightener no go shock me. This works, but I don't think this is a hack for me. I'd rather use my iron. I heard that with a lighter, well, I don't have a lighter here, but this would, you can, stop your elastic tip from, coming out and going like this. So let's try. This might take longer than a lighter ordinarily would, because I might have to burn this several times more than one. I guess this does not work for me as a hack. This one was something I didn't even expect was going to work, but it did flawlessly, and yes, I'll be adding it to my list of hacks. Over a million people believe that you can use a rubber band to make gathers. This one did not work. This hack promised to do this for bulky hems, and it worked out perfectly. You can create super straight top stitch with hard gum stitch, but I don't have that, and I've just cut up this calendar to be able to use to do that. This really worked out, so that you can use a tweezer to sew gathers onto a really stretchy material. This is a really stretchy fabric. Even with all of the anticipation, this did not eventually turn out to be a good hack. The gathers didn't form properly. At this point, I'm not even surprised about comparing what's working and what's not. This is not a hack that can work. At this point, I feel like we should just leave all the hacks that have to do with tweezers or gathers alone. This next hack that we're about to try, I don't even know what number we are on right now. You do need 2 pins. Okay. My pillow is not very bias tape done. I do not know if I will go through this amount of stress in order to be able to make bias tape. So this is not a hack for me. This one is definitely one that will work. The more lines that you have, the more full your gathers will be. And I've tried it when I made this dress. A few months ago. The video is still up, so you can go check it out. Anyone who is a sewist knows already how difficult it is to sew over curved edges. It is not one for the faint at heart. This one worked alright, only took an insane amount of time to get done. I really hope that there won't be any other hack that requires me using a zipper, because this is the last zipper that exists in this house. I think this is hands down the hack that stressed me the most in this entire experiment, because trying to even stabilize the handle of the zipper was so difficult. This seemed like one of the easier hacks that anyone could use. Such a simple process, and at the end of the day, I was so impressed by it, and I'm going to be adding it to what I will be using in my projects. So this method did not work for me because of the type of machine I'm using, but if you have a domestic tabletop, I'm sure this will be a sure hack that you can use. This hack was intended for some kind of decorative purpose, but I didn't see it that way. I think I can use it to sew, stronger stitches. So it says that you kind of have to. Am I recording? Everything I just tried out, trying to sew straight stitches with this bobby pin and sellotape method, did not get filmed. I don't know, my phone is overheating. Probably have to stop filming for a bit now. But this is the first hack that I'm excited about. It is Yujisua who needs to hear this. If you feel two bobbins and use one for the top thread, you can see exactly. This is so smart. Why haven't I ever thought of it? Oh, yeah, approved. Are there people who don't know about that? Who is cutting their thread so closely to the bobbin and the needle? It definitely doesn't have to get to this level, so this is something I'm gonna approve of. I don't have a ruler, so I come as a surprise. Let's watch this one.
Using paracetamol to clean is pressing iron.
Apparently, this creator is promising that we can clean the base plate of our iron with paracetamol. We're going to be comparing the before and after. So, take a clean look at the before. I'm really concerned as to how the first person who tried this and it worked did it. So, let's just wait a bit. So, my iron is already beginning to heat up. I'm so pumped to try this out. Ooh. My iron keeps bringing out this steam, this fume. I'm so scared. Oh, please do not do this at home. Disclaimer, disclaimer. If you are under the age of 18 and you don't have an adult with you, don't try any of these hacks, okay? Sweet. See guys, the steam from the Panadol is still coming up. I'm not going to have headache for the next year after sniffing this much Panadol in. Another tablet. So you are going to be the judge of this one with the before and the after. Tell me if you are going to be using this hack. So in this next video, she said, I wish I knew about this earlier. I think people are taking the risk level of these hacks to another place. I don't know if aluminium conducts electricity. So this seems like a very risky hack. I don't want to get shocked even if I have my shoes on. Let's try it. Leave in the comments if you're going to try this, or if you know whether aluminium conducts electricity or not. So I have secured a sheet of aluminium that I'm going to be using. Spread it flat on the table. Preheat my iron, because I certainly will not be doing this with the iron connected to the electricity. I mean, that's just not going to happen. So I'm preheating. Let's just wait for a few minutes for the iron to be hot. I think there's also this base plate they sell. I see most always use it. They attach the base plate to the iron, and then that one can be removable, changeable, or maybe washable even. But to say to be using this, I don't know. I don't know if it conducts electricity. Let's go for it. Who is coming up with all these ideas? All wrapped now. Let's try it. Okay, it's still pretty hot. Even trying it with steam. See? This worked. I don't know what the purpose of it was in the first place. This is what I pressed with it. It's like any other pressing or any other ironing that you can do, but this is This hack, this is, let me know in the comments if you're crazy enough to be using this hack, or you've ever tried it before, or you know the purpose for why we are putting an aluminium foil under an iron. This is a stitch that you can use to close up your outfit, and it will be so seamless. If you remember the name, please put it down in the comments. This hole has already been deliberately sewn there, created, so that I can create the invisible stitch. You guys, it worked. See, this is a really cool hack that I'm going to be using. That works. There is a hack that we have tried that promises that you can, tie your loose ends. When you use a hand needle, you can tie it up at the end with the needle itself. So there's another hack that promises that we can do that, and I just want to try it and see if it works. Oh, this does not work for me. This is too stressful to be a hack. I'm so stressed by this hack. You're gonna have to fold. This is a hack that works. Paper approved.
When do you clip versus notch your curves? If your curve is inward or concave, you clip. If your curve is outward or convex, you notch. Look at the seams after pressing them. They are perfection.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that they needed to be different. So this is interesting to know, and I'll keep that in mind for my sewing projects.
Before you start your next project, make sure you wind 2 bobbins so that you will not cry in the middle of your project when your bobbin finishes. You can thank me later.
That's so true. That's so true. This is the color changing video. This is a very funny thing to do because I don't understand where the idea for this hack is coming from. Aren't you going to wash the cloth after you're done? Are you not going to wash the material? So when you wash it, do you not assume that the oil that you've put to kind of change the color or make the color of the thread seamless? I mean,
I saw some.
this makes sense. To make a bias tape yourself. I like this. I don't have a ruler, I would have recreated it, but this seems like a hack that will most definitely work. Approved. Next hack, you gotta pinch it in. Edges. I wonder if this is too thick, but it is a good hack. Now you tie it to the thread. Ooh. This is so shocking. This works, guys. Oh, this is so cool.
Set them using just a sewing needle. I'm doing this all the time. Before you buy new scissor, grab a sewing machine needle I'm going to show you how to reset your blade in a second. Place the needle between the blades. Now don't act like you're trying to cut, but instead use the pressure.
I cannot be convinced. The people who created this hack, they pissed me off so much. The plan was just to possibly reach big people. Like this is the second time we're trying a rubber band hack, and this one almost worked because the gathers were forming, but the rubber band kept slipping out, and I tried it several. It still did not work. According to this person, to avoid the situation that I have right now on my hands, you're going to want to tape all your chalks, but I do not have a full chalk here to do that with, but you try it out and let me know. This hack is a confirmed age-old hack that works. A lot of people who sew already use this. I use this a lot, but yeah, it works. That's it. What? This is the craziest hack that I've tested. You need to see the original video, so I'm going to put it up. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this one. It did work, but it's not something that I'm going to be using. It's not something that really is practical for me or makes sense. It just looks like something fun if you just want to, be funny. We've tried so many similar hacks to this, but I'm happy to announce to you that this one worked. So you have a hack for your pleats now. The individual who tried this hack promised that once you drop your full thread under your machine and you thread it through the bobbin, you can use it. You can have an infinity bobbin, like you don't have to be swiping things out, bobbin to change it several times. The hack, this is the only way you should be attaching a lining piece to a main fabric piece. So yes, this hack works because I use it every single time. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. I am still going to make another part if you guys request for it, highlighting some other sewing hacks or sewing tips that work. But judging by how this video eventually panned out, it just shows that a lot of those hacks that we see and are shareable and likable online and not necessarily practical when it comes to sewing. So as you can see, a huge majority of the tips that we have tried did not work out as planned. That makes me wonder if there are really any shortcuts when it comes to sewing. Sewing is a long game, and if you want to do it right and do it well, you have to be ready and down for it. So please give this video a like and subscribe down below, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.